Okay, I'm not sure where the camera shut off, so I'm gonna try to explain what I've got going on so far. I made that little bottom piece in here. I made this little bottom piece in here with the contact, and I made this top piece. Then I took a piece of shim stock, or it's not shim stock, it's feeler gauge stock, about like this size here, and I see the cameras. Anyway, this piece I messed up on. I drilled the holes and I made it too short, but I've got a piece attached underneath with the contact out on the end, and the screw here, I don't know if you can see in there, pushes that shim or the feeler gauge stock down with the contact down against the lower contact. So we're gonna take and hook it up here, and we're gonna see if it's gonna work. It should. So take the coil. I'm gonna turn you here and move you around a little bit. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in. It's got the square hole in there, and that's where it's going to fit into. Don't want it to go too far into it. I could have probably not even put that square hole in there. Just put that up against it. All right, got everything from messing around with the other one. So this is coming off of the capacitor, so that would go to the negative wire. All right, and this one. Oh yeah, okay, so this one would have to attach to the lower contact. And the upper contact would go right to the negative. So this will be a positive. This would be to the spark plug. Alright, so this is the negative. This wrong. Hook this negative up to that upper contact. Hook this negative up to my spark plug negative. I just got it in a I have it in a charger cable in. Alright, so now this negative can be attached to this negative. Hook that up to negative on the battery here. It's a 6-volt 6-volt battery here. This has to go to the spark plug, yeah. Use this one here. There. Hook this up to the spark plug. I'm going to turn this so I can get at the screw. I'm getting zapped. Okay. Next is the positive wire. Alright. It's live right now. So if I turn that screw in until the contacts touch, they should start vibrating. They are. Didn't really spark though. What's going on here? I have this right. Negative. Let's try a different spark plug. I'll try one of my homemade little spark plugs. Put that in there. That in there. It's still live. Oh yeah, there we go. Getting a spark. Must be the spark plug here. That battery might be getting a little low too. But I don't know if you can see the spark in the spark plug or not. But it is sparking. Pretty nice spark, really. It might be that battery is getting a little low. Let's just check to see what that battery is at. Got a meter over here. Oh yeah, we're under 4 volts, about 3 volts. So let's try putting it back on this big spark plug. And we'll try a different battery. That there. Okay, negative. I have my old, this is a 7 volt, it's off of my Canon HG, besides the negative over there. So if I put this on the negative side, hold that there, I don't want to put it in the positive. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see the spark, but it's throwing a pretty hefty spark. Let's lower you down here. We get closer. Try to get a closer view. And all right, now put the negative on the negative side of the battery and the positive. Yeah, it's a nice bright blue spark. I know I wouldn't want to get zapped with that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So that's tested now. So all I need to do is hook the wires up. I'm going to put some pegs in here. I'm not exactly sure. Let's unhook all this, because that's the coil that's going to go in there. So what I need to do, let's see, this will be the capacitor that's going to go in there. It's going to go in there like that. There's plenty of room. I'm thinking about putting another board across in the inside and filling just this half up with wax. Putting this in place. I can see that it's pulled itself in further. Right about there. So, what do I want to do first? Probably hook the wires up first, huh? Or pour some wax into it, holding it like this, so it locks this in place. I think that's what I'll do. I'm gonna put it up on an angle like that, and then dump some wax into it. Let's go get the wax bucket. And I'll just take my propane torch. I'll just take my propane torch and here's the bucket. And I'll back you up here a little bit. I'm just going to take it and melt some wax in there. Okay, let's see if I can dump that in there before it gets hard again. That's a start. And a little more. I just want to lock that in place so it doesn't move around on me, the coil. And I think that's enough to do it for now, because I'm thinking about putting a board across there on the inside, and so I don't want to fill that all the way up to where I can't get a board in there. I'll just take another board and slide it in here. Take a while for it to cool down, or what? Starting to get a skim on top. There we go. Oop. Not quite. I'm running out from when I tipped it. Wasn't enough of a... I'm blowing on it. All right, I think it'll stay now. So what I want a positive up here, the spark plug wire, and the negative down at the bottom here. I was going to put it down at the bottom, but I did that on the other one, and it's kind of a hassle because then you can't really set it anywhere. So I think I'm just going to make some brass pegs to put in there. I could just use some brass screws. Maybe that's what I ought to do. Is take some brass hex head screws, solder some wires on, and then just put them in like that with a nut on the outside. That sounds like a plan to me. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 3 brass screws and take some wire, solder some pigtails on. Actually, I think I could just drill a hole in that and then solder it right into the hole, or I can just lay it on here and solder it like that. I think I'll just lay it on there. 3 of them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to solder some wires on to 3 brass screws, and then I'm going to drill 3 holes in here. And like I say, one will be for the spark, negative, positive. And then I'm going to cut a board to fit in here, to stick in here, so that the capacitor can sit in here like that and not be waxed in place. Although I could wax that in place too, because if I want to take it out, I can carve the wax away from it pretty easy. I didn't get that wax. Yeah, I did get that wax above into my track there, so I'll have to carve that out of there anyway. Can't have it in this track. Carve it out while it's still warm. Okay, where's my cover at? Here it is. Up here. Just want to make sure my cover slides in there. Oh, I got to get the wires down and out of the way. Looks like I might have chipped the wood away there a little bit. That'll work. So, okay, so I'm going to get 2 more of these brass screws and get them soldered in place, or soldered and wire soldered on, and get them put in place. And then I'll be back, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like in the inside. After all that's done, I also have to solder a wire on this one and this one, the two outside ones here and the inside here. So I'll have to take those out, solder some pigtails on those also, because those are the ones that are for these contacts on the outside. So it'll be basically some soldering. This is a little bit heavier than the stuff that I use, but that's okay. That's what I want. Okay, so here's the box. I put the 3 screws in the side, and then I soldered the wires on the inside to it. Capacitor's in there. All the wires are hooked up. I'll push this down before I fill it with wax. This will end up getting pushed down into there somewhere. Well, I should do it right now, because I want to test everything before I fill it with wax, so I don't have to come back and have to dig it out. I'm just going to turn that around. Okay, so everything should be underneath when I fill it with wax. So let's hook it up and see if we're going to get a spark. So this is still hooked to the negative. So the middle one here is the spark plug. So we'll hook that middle one up first. And then the negative is the bottom one, and then the hot one is the top one. It should take off and nope. I got something. Something is going all the way through yet. I wonder. I know this is awful close. I'm wondering if that's slid over and touching the other. Let's see if I can push that over with a screwdriver or something. Here, punch. Try to push this bottom one plate. Let's see if we can push it over that way, because I'm thinking that's what's going on. It's touching that. All right, let's see if that did any good. Nope. Oh, there we go. I got this screwed down too tight. Well, back it all the way off. And now we'll adjust it down until she takes off. There we go. Turn the light out. You see it's showing a nasty spark. I could see if I can. I was going to say I could see if I can get the camera a little closer and show you how hot that spark is. Let's see if I can turn the camera here. Get you focused on it. If I don't drop the camera on the floor. All right, now if I can get hold of the hot wire. All right, here we go. So, we can fill her up with wax. Now, get the camera readjusted here. Alright, so I'll turn the light on here and unhook this so I don't get zapped. Unhook these. I'm wondering, that's awful close into that plate. I'm wondering if I shouldn't take this one off before I do that. Well, it's working, so I'm not gonna mess with it. So I'm gonna fill that up with wax. So we get the bucket over here again. Try not to burn the bucket up. Just on a low flame. Start. Bucket's getting too hot on the outside. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get, I got a bars of pure wax instead of candle wax, and I will get one of those. canning. Basically, it's canning wax. It's. I'll just take a bar of that. Got one here that I've been whittling on already for stuff. We'll just, you can fill her up that way. And the wax insulates all the wires from each other, so wax is a good insulator. Just about full. Don't want to get too far and then end up in my track. A little bit more. I think that's it. That's as much as I'm going to put in there. Everything seems to be covered up. Now let's dribble a little up here. Oh, a little more than what I wanted to dribble, but there was a big air bubble up there. It will shrink down a little as it cools. So, all right, so this one's done. Put the cover on it. It's done, except for if I put decals or paint it or oil it or whatever I want to do to it. Here's the cover. We'll put that on when it cools. So now I want to take this other one, and put it in a housing. And I was going to put it in a battery casing, but I don't like that, putting it in a metal casing, so I'm going to put it into, I'm going to take a piece of PCV pipe and get this to fit in there snug, cut it down thin walled, and then go from there. So that's what I'm going to do, is go over on the lathe and do that, and we'll get this one. This one here will be just a conventional coil, not like that one. So not like the buzz coil. So I can put this one back up on the bench. This is the Model T. And it's got Ford written in it, engraved in it here. So this is an original Ford. So anyway, I got two of these. One's not an original, one is. So anyway, that's going to sit and cool, and when it cools off, I'll put the cover on it, and we'll test her one more time, and that'll be it for the buzz coil. Or it's not really it's a, what do they call it? Trembler coil. Model T trembler coil, and it's a model of a Model T. It's a model of this, although I was strayed again from the model because I put screws in the side instead of pads. But then if I put pads on it, then I really couldn't use it for anything because I'd have to build a unit for it to slide into. So this way I can just hook the wires up and go with it. So anyway, hopefully somebody got something out of this little series, and hopefully it was informative. Hopefully I didn't lead you astray. So anyway, till next time, catch you later.